Hello all, welcome to another video of ours. This is the fourth video in our travel from Chennai to India's end at Dhanushkodi. On the way, we saw the beautiful heritage of Chettinad and reached Rameswaram to enjoy the view from the Pambanbridge. And now we are on our way to the end of India, Dhanushkodi. And if you would like to take a look at the details of the beautiful views that you're seeing on your screen, take a look at the previous videos. Okay, let's go to the land's end of our country, Dhanushkodi. As you already know, Rameswaram is an island and is connected to the mainland by the Pamban Bridge. And from Pamban Bridge to Dhanushkodi is about 35 kilometers, and the road to Dhanushkodi from Rameswaram with sea on either side, this stretch that you see, is about 20 kilometers. We are almost reaching, and this is a place that we wanted to see for a long time. We expected this to be a good and enjoyable ride, considering that this is a relatively new road, but we were in for a surprise. With sea on both sides, wind started picking up and sand was being blown across our face. You can see straight ahead the first landmark on the way, the lighthouse, and crowd started building up. It was an extended weekend holiday and lots of people had the same idea, same as ours, to visit this unique place of India. We were soon caught in a traffic jam. On the left hand side, we can see the remains of the old railway station of Dhanushkodi. We decided to go straight ahead to the end at Dhanushkodi before these crowds reach there, and then visit here on our way back. Since we were in a two-wheeler, we could find our way between all these vehicles and then move forward. People who came in four-wheelers would have been stuck for many hours. So lessons learned: avoid this place during a weekend, and if possible, start very early in the morning to avoid these crowds. The strong wind was blowing sand to the road, and on all of us, our eyes and ears and nose and hair were all being peppered with sand. And it was difficult to ride a bike in the sand. As mentioned before, not what we expected when we started this ride. Anyways, it was just a few meters before we reached our destination, the land's end of our country, Dhanushkodi. And after a bit of a wait and a bit of a surveying, we managed to find our way forward and then reach our destination. And here it is, the tip of our country, and straight ahead is the end, the land's end at Dhanushkodi. The place called Mannar in Sri Lanka is just about 24 kilometers from here. You can see the Gulf of Mannar separating India and Sri Lanka. Rameswaram Island is connected to the mainland of India by the Pamban Bridge and the tip of India, or the land's end of India. And this is where we are now, right at that corner, the tip, one of the unique places in India. On the left, the sea is Bay of Bengal, and on the right, the sea is part of Indian Ocean, also called Gulf of Mannar. We will walk through the edge and see Indian Ocean joining the Bay of Bengal. As you can see, the waves are a little strong here in the Indian Ocean. See the sound of the wind and the sea. And as we walk towards the Bay of Bengal, the sea becomes mild. This is where the two sea meets, the Sangam point at Dhanushkodi in India. Nice, isn't it? That's Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal joining, and straight ahead is the Park Strait or the Ram Setu. Really nice to be here and then watch sea on either side, to the left and to the right, as far as the eyes can see. And to think that Sri Lanka is just ahead is it's a beautiful feeling. So there is it, the tip of India, and with that we started back to take a look at the other places that we skipped on the way because of the crowd. You can see from the camera lens that water and sand is being sprayed onto us from the sides. Strong wind and an interesting ride, to say the least. We're going straight to the lighthouse that you see ahead. Also there is now the abandoned town of the old Dhanushkodi, which was destroyed in the cyclone of 1964. What remains are some ruins, interesting ruins, and that's what we are going to take a look. It is difficult to imagine now that the area you see here was a small town. There was at one point of time ships going from here to Sri Lanka, and there was a railway line connecting Chennai to this place to transport people who wanted to go to Sri Lanka. After the cyclone, the only structure that is remaining which is functional is this lighthouse that you see there. The old Dhanushkodi is a ghost town that people come to visit, and hence the crowd here, the traffic jam here. A quick look at the lighthouse from the outside. To see the lighthouse from inside, one has to come a little early in the day. And early in the day, and better still, avoiding weekends and extended holidays, is better to avoid this crowd and see the place properly. This is a must-see place in so many people's list, and rightly so. This is what remains of the old church of Dhanushkodi. It has become a tourist place, a place where people come to take photographs, and hence all the stalls by the side. But from this side, it is so photogenic, with the setting sun in the background and the ruins. It is something that will be in your mind for a very, very long time after you have seen this. The altar is still there. I suppose some kind of worship is probably going on, but the structure after 1964, this is all that remains. A place for people to make reels and videos and photos. And what remains of the old railway station? There's a board here which talks about the old story of the glory of Dhanushkodi. You can see the old port or the harbour and the railway line, ships going to Ceylon, and this is all that remains now. 3 pillars and one small portion of the station abandoned in ruins. Well, there is something more little ahead which I thought was very interesting, and that is, you can see from here the old track or the remains of the track which leads to, or which used to lead to, the old harbour. The harbour is not there anymore, and the remains of the track is there, like you see here. Beautiful, isn't it? Go straight, the lighthouse, and then would have gone to the harbour. Few more remains here, and while sun is setting, being here looking at all these ruins is kind of a different feeling altogether. We are going back. We had seen the land's end of our country, the ruins of Dhanushkodi, this beautiful road taking us back to Rameswaram. Sun is setting. This is beautiful. This is really, really beautiful. The traffic is only in one way, because from the other side traffic will be closed in the evening, so you cannot come after a certain time to Dhanushkodi from Rameswaram. We are returning back and the road is empty. What you see is a sun setting on the left hand side. Really, really beautiful. With that, we end this video, the fourth and the last video of our Chettinad Rameswaram Dhanushkodi trip. Do take a look at the other videos if you are interested in this beautiful and unique part of the country. We'll be back. Till then, bye bye. Keep watching.